live around 12 before I've had lunch. Why do I always do that? Okay, yeah, mic check, mic check. Yep. Okay. I actually do have coffee. So that's not the issue. So, how have y'all been? On DeviantArt. What layer is that? Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We finally have posted page 200 of the Path to Brighter Stars on DeviantArt. That is just amazing. You know, there. Fixed it. Oh. That over there. Oh. Damn. Alright. So, if you guys want a little update of why I was basically gone all of last week, is, no real excuse. I just was working on a video, and it took me 5 years longer than it should have. Okay, I need that color. But it's done now. The video's done now. And it will be up this Friday. So, I can breathe again. But only sort of, because what am I gonna do for next week's video? It's just a never-ending cycle. One crisis after another. Non-stop writing for 2 days. That is such a weird, a weirdly fulfilling feeling. Oi! Hello. Hello! My thing froze. Had an American-style hamburger, but Dutchified. How do you Dutchify a hamburger? If I might ask. Wait a minute. No, it would be all around. Where am I going to put this stupid thing? He's supposed to be... This is Saul I'm coloring. Not my character. Aaron Hunter's. He's supposed to be this large tortoiseshell with a sun-like mane, you know, which is white. And like brown tabby patches, and it's just alright. Tortoiseshells again. Okay, great. How am I gonna put all this together? There's a reason why I only put like 1 or 2 tortoiseshell characters per comic. I don't think it counts as American since we had it with sausage, mayo, sauteed, and real cheese instead of plastic. You'd be surprised what Americans are willing to consider a burger. Hang on. I had a plan, but then I didn't write it down. Let me consult the Warriors Wiki. Because how he looks in the manga is not his, quote, canon look. He's supposed to look different according to the main website. Ah, okay. I miscalculated. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do is... give him little tabby stripes. With bits of orange in there. I see. I see. I'm actually gonna move these below. There we go. Well, we won't see all of it, so I need to be mindful of that. I get how from the side and front view how this might look cool, but from the back it looks like he's got a receding hairline. I try this. I have an idea. Bear with me, guys. If I put the line right there. This is how you do it. Wait. There it is. No. There it is. Not sure if this is gonna read as stall, but I'm trying my best here, guys. How the hell am I supposed to do that? That'll do. Yeah, it'll do. From any other angle, it might work a little better, but just the way I had it imagined in my head, this is just what we're gonna have to deal with. I'm also so pissed off. Alright, for no reason. Like, well, not for no reason. It's been overcast and kind of gloomy for the past few days, and it hasn't rained. The rain, I've said it on the channel before, and I will bitch about it till the day I die. The rain always just goes around us. It never actually rains. Okay, well, when it does, it hardly rains. It's like, what the fuck? What'd we do? Wait. There's a line right there. There we go. Alright, sound off in the chat if you're also a white girl and use Pinterest. Has anyone else been noticing Pinterest being a total bitch lately? When it comes to, and I quote, community violations? I've been getting non-stop emails, basically, of Pinterest saying, a pin you saved violates our community guidelines. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, that's not my fault, because I didn't create the pin, I didn't post it, I just saved it, so why are you yelling at me to fix it? Yell at the person who posted it. And second of all, how does any of this violate your community guidelines? All of the all of the ones flagged for adult content have, like, no nudity. It's not adult content. And the other ones that are, like, promoting or, like, involve self-injury or self-harm. Like, it was a meme of Kermit the Frog holding a bottle of Clorox. That was it. And it got flagged. I've been submitting appeals as much as I can, but I don't even remember what half of these pins are, because they won't let me see them. I was like, hey, can I just see the pin that you're doxing? So I can verify your claims? But no, it won't let me see it. I can sort of see some of them, because they, like, have it blurred out and whatnot. And the ones they did flag for adult content are, like, completely harmless, or just, you know, pose references. So of course the person's not going to be wearing much in the way of clothes. It's a art reference, Pinterest. Grow up. There was not a single butt or boobie. Meanwhile, an actual pin that I do have saved that might be considered slightly risque is untouched. Not a single violation. Like, what the fuck? If this keeps up, Pinterest, you and I are gonna have a little chat. Like, put me through to a human, because this is ridiculous. Hopefully this issue gets resolved soon, but it's Pinterest, so I don't think it is, unless Everyone complains about it. But even then, I don't know if that is going to solve the issue, because this is ridiculous. How many years have I been flagging actual, literal fucking porn on Pinterest, only for pins that have, like, a meme of Kermit the Frog holding a bottle of Clorox, not drinking it, just sitting next to it? How can they get that, implication, but not literal penetration? So much so much robot yaoi. So much robot yaoi on Pinterest. Not as bad as Tumblr, though. But it's just enough to where I'm like, okay, I just want to look at fun fan art of my favorite Transformers characters. I don't want to see them getting fucked in the ass, alright? I don't want that. Tad your shit, please. I'm sorry if that was graphic, but I'm on Pinterest, man! There's like no age restriction, no filtering system on Pinterest, so you can just see a boobie. Or a full-drawn peen if you just scroll down far enough. Not even scroll down, I open up the app and sometimes, boom, first thing. What the fuck? My mom's right there, man. Come on. Alright, so how am I gonna do this? And then for this one... maybe? Let's see. No, that's too dark. This one's gonna take a lot of frickin' rendering, because I gotta color the line art, move on top of that, add a hard light layer. That's too big for an eclipse. Okay. Now you can, I wonder if I should put in the Corona, what are they? I know it's Corona something for the eclipse, where you can see like the little hues coming from the sun. What are they? It's Corona something, or coronal. I can't remember. Now, how would I have known about that? Maybe you read my report? Maybe he read your report? There we go. I'm not sure what Hotstar's lighting is gonna be in this bit. If it might match or maybe be blue to offset the red. That looks kind of cool. I'm not sure if I really need to add any extra lighting because of the line art, but we'll add just a little bit. Just so it's not like a solid white. And my cat wants in. Good gracious. These clouds are taunting me. They are low, they are heavy, they are gray. But no, it's like, comes over the mountains, rain, 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 hits our place. Not a drop. Gets 2 miles past our property. Rain, rain, rain. Like, rains everywhere else but here. I'm not a superstitious person, but I feel like I genuinely, if I meet anyone with the last name of Zeroni, I'm gonna carry them up a mountain. I don't care. This needs to be taken care of. It's a very niche reference. There we go, that's cool. Whoops. Be my salvation. I want to be in my life. Okay, hi. Think that'll do? I mean, she kind of blends into him. Like, if you sit back here, they kind of blur together. So, if I... purple. And then, excuse me, and then we make... Oh, that's too light. Inside of me, I despise my own behavior. Okay, I think that's gonna... Well, hold on. If I also... Now hear me out, folks. I need a different pen. There we go. Rim light it. Your battery died. Mark that on your Rune Space bingo, guys. Waffles had battery problems. It's okay. You haven't been missing much. I just mostly been bitching about how it never rains at our place. Pinterest is also being a bitch, and this rim lighting may or may not be working. What I'm gonna do... I'm not sure... Yeah, it's all better. During an eclipse, since it was during the day, there wouldn't be any stars out. But this solid red is bothering me. Was it cloudy? I don't think it was. But for the sake of, texture and whatnot, we're just gonna do a bit of that. A bit of this. Hello, Polywolf. Welcome to the stream. Currently trying to figure out how not to make this look like just a solid block. Hello? Did that do anything at all? Okay, it did a little something. Now, there wouldn't be any near the sun, because that's how eclipses work. I'm gonna pull this up to there, so under here I can. Now stay with me. There. And then back over it again. There we go. That way it's not just a straight line. What's the lighting gonna be for this bit? It's gonna be the lake and 4 trees. And they're on different layers for a reason. That didn't work. Hate it when there's a single pixel that I forget to color in. Riding high in April, shot down in May. don't let it get me down. This final world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a papa, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I get myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. And despite getting this song stuck in my head on the regular, I am constantly forgetting the lyrics. I am sorry, Mr. Sinatra, I have failed you. There's nothing shaking come this here July. I'm gonna roll myself up in a bed ball and die. Why do I still for pen? I need... detail work. Love it. I do, actually. It just takes me 5 years to do, and 99% of my concentration. So I am sorry that I am a little nonverbal. I'm gonna put that on a separate layer. Just in case. Ooh, that's a little too bright. Okay, that's supposed to be the Gathering Island. And behind it, it's gonna be 4 trees. Okay, if that's good, I can merge that down. Put that up. I'm gonna make these trees not quite fully opaque, since 4 trees is gone at this point in both the series and the comics. So I'm gonna make them a little bit more There we go. I'm gonna turn that off just so I can see what I'm doing. Does it ever say in the books, someone remind me, does it ever say in the Warriors books what kind of trees 4 trees was? Were they oaks? Because, like, everyone imagines them being these huge trees. It'd be a little funny if they were elms, you know, wispy little things. With nothing shaking from here to life. I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. Kaiser. Man, you can tell it's been a while since I've live streamed. This ADHD is kicking my ass, man. But my ADHD kicks me in the ass in such a way to where my mouth is glued shut because my brain is making too much noise. And it's not fun, and what little noise that does come out of me is quite incoherent. I'm gonna add a little bit more detail to these trees, so I'm gonna come in with the Sumi brush just to give it a little bit more texture. Oh, no, that's way too much. There. No, it's too light. Shoot. think this might be okay, since you only really see him at night. Hmm. I don't know about this one, guys. I think that page is gonna be one of those. We'll just come back to it later. And I think that's just what we're gonna have to do. Okay, there's... No blaze is here. Let's turn these off. There. No, that's too big. There we go. Oh, her other ear as well. Whoops. Forgot that you could see that. There we go. I don't know why, but I got the stupid 30 Seconds to Mars song stuck in my head. This is War. God, 30 Seconds to Mars owned part of my childhood. I owe a lot of my junior high music taste to Jared Leto, and I hate it. I should actually look into that. Was he actually part of a cult? Because I could have sworn I heard somewhere he started a cult or something, and I don't want to spread false information. Unintentionally, anyway. Shh. So, was he part of a cult? I'm gonna need to look that up, because I could have sworn I heard somewhere that he did and was. Or is. But then again... Stop yawning. He's an actor in Hollywood, so it's kind of to be expected. It's actually more rare if you're in Hollywood. You're like, wait, you're not part of a cult? Wow. A rare find indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about the Illuminati when I say most Hollywood actors are in a cult. The Illuminati, that's not... I genuinely believe the Illuminati's not real. Even if it is real, it's not doing shit, because there's no way all the world governments are in on this. No, they're not. World governments can't even decide what good tax rates they're... Sorry, excuse me, yawn. Most world governments, even local governments, not even a world government, state governments can't even decide on good tax rates. So don't try to tell me that there's a new world, or, you know, a one world order or bullshit like that, because there's no evidence. I ain't seeing it. Where's the unity? Point out to me where the unity is. Excuse me. Been a while since I've had to color the moon cluster, and by a while I mean literally almost a year. Hey, Vita. And, hang on, I can't. The dyslexia is kicking me in the ass. It is an Alex. Alright, well, it is an Alex. Hello, and hello, Vita. I am struggle busing with myself. ADHD is kicking my ass. And so are these pages. But some good news though, we finally posted page 200 of the comic on DeviantArt. Hooray! It's been 4 years. Did you say you're doing a PhD or did you misheard? A PhD. No. I just posted page 200. And that ADHD is kicking my ass. I am not nearly smart enough for a PhD. That's for damn sure. Okay, that'll do. But what's gonna be her background? What is... Okay, let's just... Oh wait, no, not that one. What's going on here? We could do a pseudo background for this one. Actually, I'm gonna put this below that. Add a little bit of texture. I know this looks bad now, but give it a minute. Well, congratulations, Vita. I wish you the best of luck with that one. An hour-long trip to come. Are you in the UK, or not the UK, are you from, Europe, Vita? Because... You don't have to answer that, but it's just really funny how the cultural differences between Americans and Europeans, like when Americans say, oh, you're from Spain, okay, yeah, right, okay, I remember that. It's just, in America, when you say, oh, it's an hour-long trip, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll be there in an hour. That's no big deal. We'll drive and make a day of it. But in Europe, they're like, or in the UK specifically, it's like, oh my god, a 45-minute drive? I won't be... We'll hardly do that trip once a year. That's so long. In America, it's like, it takes 2 hours to get to work. That's what you get for living in a country that's the size of Europe. I know most of the American shade gets thrown at us from the UK side. Because half of the behavioral problems Americans have, we got from Britain. So that's your fault, Britain. This looks bad now, but hold on, guys. Hold on. So anyway, it's just, you mentioned an hour-long drive, and I'm like, oh, that's nothing. That's like 10 songs. It's still a nice effort to make. Okay. It's just here, like, anything under an hour and a half, it's like, do you even... You're so lazy. You couldn't even be bothered to show up. It's only an hour and 45-minute drive. Hold on. Alright, idea. No, not that one. Hello, Waffles. Hope you got your battery thing fixed. Now, this probably makes no sense. Like, positioning-wise. But I don't care. I need to cover this up somehow. Oh, that's why it looks so opaque. Here we go. Hard. We might, I might just keep it normal. There we go. And then, for color layers, we're gonna do the usual. Blue. A bit of the green. And a bit of the red. No, that's too much. Another green. Some red to reflect the ground. And that should be orange. Orange lighting. Highlight 50. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Better. Now for her lines. Let me turn that down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. There she is. She looks cute. Save. And then the next page is going to be back to normal. Thank God. Oh my God. Oh, the... However, I don't think I finished the line art. Which is fine. Yeah, here. We can finish the line art. It's gonna take a little bit more concentration. But then again, the first hour of the stream I spent almost in dead silence. So, save and sip. Oh, she's on. Okay. I'm gonna do these guys? No, I'm gonna do Splash first. And then Snow. that it? Is that good enough? Or is that too small? We'll see how that looks once I'm done. But the sketch does look, I'll admit, it looks very cartoony in comparison to what the pages usually look like. Very hard for me to it's very hot. It's very hard for me to monitor and keep a lid on the cartoony This is a tree. You missed the tree, Snowy Prince. Here, do you want to see tree? Here's some line art of trees. Here's some tree, and we'll pull up the other one where with the big trees. Since I promised tree, here you go. Here is trees. Bask in their glory. Absorb the glory of tree. 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 There's tree. And here's a little bit of tree. But we'll get to those later. Right now, let's run there. Right now, I need to draw cat. While a plane's flying by overhead. My window's not even open and it's wow. I think his neck is too long, but I'll draw the rest of his head and then see if I can move him. But okay, yeah. His nose is too big. There we go. It's a little better. His muzzle might also be a little too big. But we'll see once I fix the neck situation. Shoopty. Three. There we go. Yeah. Carefully select. Move that. There we go. There we go. Now I need to fix his ears again. There. And there. Wait. E. That's better. There we go. Fixed. His tail, neck, leg. Oh, actually, his neck. There we go. Neck, body. There we go. Yeah. Is that good enough? Anyway, I know this isn't. That's way too small. We do some of this. So that. Maybe. But now I'm going for 93. Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. Promise honey I can feel your pain. And I'll enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? I've been the same since I was 5. Trust me, I plan to retire. Now I have the power to rid all of you and everything. First, I have one tiny question. Tell me, do you demons bleed? Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain. And though I enjoy it just a little bit, does that make me insane? Haven't been the same since I expired. It does mean that I plan to retire. Now I have the power to rid all of you and entertaining by Hey, sorry, but you just died in my way. I promise honey I can feel your pain. No, no, enjoy just a little bit. Does that make me in? Whoops. Is everyone internet just dying and batteries are going low and we had a power outage last week. That was a real pain in the ass. You know what I need. Oh, speaking of furries, did you guys see what happened to Fur Affinity? Was it like last week or something? The whole website just went kaput. I was honestly kind of laughing. So because literally what was really funny is when they were telling people, okay, we've got the website back up, sort of. It's in read only. Believe it or not, clearing out your notifications can help our website run smoother. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, people, please clear out your notification. Oh my god. I can't even let one notification sit unread in my inbox. Because what if it's a comment? Especially if I have like adoptables up. Or it's like, what if someone is offering? Even if it's just a like. It's like, okay, here we go. I gotta have an empty notification box. It has to be empty at like all times. Like when I come, like I post a page and I come back, or post something and I come back to the page an hour later and there's like 13 notifications, mini panic attack. Because I'm like, oh god, okay, I gotta check this. I don't respond to all of the notifications. Because I never know what to say. But I always check them. So if you're trying to reach out to me and I say that, oh, I didn't see your message, chances are either A, I actually didn't see your message and I just, you know, haven't checked the website just yet, or I'm lying to your face because I saw it, didn't respond to it immediately, just like swiped and forgot about it. So I'll just say, oh, I didn't see your notification. It's like, I'm lying through my teeth. The memes that came out of that whole situation were so funny. Like, as soon as the website go up, all the inflation, the vor, and the diaper, and the foot fetish furries are being like, they're coming! Just flooding back to the server. Ah! God, they're so disgusting. I used to be of the opinion where, like, you know what, if whatever's your thing just is fine as long as it's not hurting anyone. But there are some where I'm like, okay, you need Jesus. As a Jew, I am saying you need Jesus. Some of y'all are whack. And I'll admit, it's mostly the furries. I mean, yeah, we're a little weird, but Texas, that's no reason to ban us at schools. Did you hear about that? Texas literally banned furries. It's like, Texas, you do realize you are the site for some of the biggest conventions in America that aren't in California. You know this, right? Conventions are like half of your summer income. Now, granted, it was not... I think the law specifically stated banning non-human like... What was it called? It was like non-human activities in public schools or something like that. So I'm like, is there a furry problem at schools? Or like, are there a lot of Therians in Texas? Are they called Therians? Therians? The masked people. Oh, sorry, I don't remember what they were. Yeah, that's what they're called. Anyways, I didn't know. It was like, is that actually a problem in Texas? I thought these were just kids being kids, you know? Heaven forbid children have fun. Heaven forbid. But then again, it's Texas, so they're just... Texas is so weird. They're weird down there. I don't want to go. I would never move to Texas. Yeah, no. I wouldn't move to Texas just based on the heat alone. It's too damn hot all the time. I wouldn't want to go there just on principle. Their government's been kind of weird. Yeah, well, kind of weird. Sheesh. California's just as bad, but on the opposite spectrum. Florida, I wouldn't want to live there because gators. And the people. They seem like a safe space for a Spaniard. I wouldn't want to go to California anyway. There's only like 2 things in California I would like to see. But there's so many people there, and all of them are crazy. Not to say Washington's any better. Like, holy crap. Swamp puppies, and you get to meet Cuban people. I've been to Florida. My cousins on my mom's side are in Florida. So I've been there a few times, and, you know, I did enjoy Florida, you know, visiting Florida. I would not want to live there. Anywhere where there's a chance of flooding or a hurricane, nope. Nope, not doing that. I'm not doing any place where there's a chance of an earthquake. I'm not doing any place where there's a chance of a tornado, or flooding, or hurricane, or a tsunami. The most I will deal with is a blizzard. I can deal with a blizzard. I've dealt with blizzards all my life. But any of those other things, as a tsunami, a flood, I mean, I hate forest fires, but I gotta deal with them in my area anyway, and there's something... They make me mad. Because half of them are arson. Or some dumbass didn't know how to properly tend a campfire. And it's like, great. Now half of the mountain's on fire. Thanks, asshole. You should be... Like, community service isn't enough anymore. We need to start shooting people in the leg. Not killing them. Just in the leg, so they'll remember. Maybe you won't be so fucking stupid next time. Anyway, that'll be the first time. That'll be the first thing I put. That'll be the first thing I sign into law when I come into power. I have one tiny question. Tell me, do you demons bleed? Geyser. Alright, hold on. I can fix this. Carefully, carefully. There we go. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Okay, that's better. Much better. Slightly more centered. You need to be... Sir, you need to be up here. Thank you. If one state were to separate from the others, which one do you think would have the coolest aesthetic as an independent country, flags, culture, and... The coolest aesthetic? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Because, as much as I love to shit talk Texas, Texas is one of the few states that could secede from the United States and be almost completely fine as an independent country because they're pretty self-sufficient. California might be, but then they're, like, if they seceded from the US, they would definitely be dependent, very dependent on tourism, which, I mean, they still are, but then you'd need a passport just to get in. When it comes to, like, coolest aesthetic, I don't know. I don't think Alaska would be very self-sufficient, like, self-sustaining as a country. I'm gonna have to shrug. And say, I don't know. New England? Well, New England's not a state. That's just a geographical area. Yeah. New England does kind of have its own, thing going on. It's a lot of history there. Oh, no, I've never been to that area. I've never been to the East Coast, really. I am the wow West Coast. Maybe it should be one. So New England, that would be Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, Maryland, and maybe a bit of Jersey. I completely forgot about New York, yeah. New York as a country would be like Singapore. There's a lot more to Singapore than just Singapore. But it's all people talk about. Like, there's more to New York than just Manhattan. But it's all anyone talks about. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing upstate New York. That'd be pretty cool. It's very foresty, very green there. Despite living in a place that's called the Evergreen State, I don't see much green around here. Yeah, New York would probably be very self-sufficient as a country, and the United States would actually suffer if New York seceded. Might even annex Jersey. Something like New York, that's got Broadway, that's got the huge fashion industry, it's got all the ports, the theaters. I already said that with Broadway. So yeah, New York, more than Manhattan, like New York State could probably be self-sufficient, but that's if they converted the countryside to more farmland. Or their country solely dealt in imports and exports. Lovecraft used to simp for the concept of New England. I wonder if he ever was an independentist. I haven't heard that terminology before, but the reason why Lovecraft loved New England, that's because it's where he was. Oh, and vote for independence. He loved New England and he was proud of his heritage. But I don't think he would ever have considered, like, returning to New England, because that would mean moving from where he was comfortable. And if you actually read about Lovecraftian, like, H.P. Lovecraft's history, you'll find he's not actually as crazy as people say he is. It's my unprofessional opinion and unprofessional and totally biased opinion that H.P. Lovecraft was severely autistic. And being autistic in a world where you would get institutionalized for having nightmares or being a woman, it was not a very friendly time. And honestly, I too don't have a strong constitution for math. Anytime I have to do any sort of math assignment, I was done for the day. I was done. Finished. Don't talk to me. Go away. And it's like, you know what? I get it. But just, literally, I know Wikipedia is not the best place to cite your source for, information, but it is a treasure trove of sources. Just read the brief overlay of his early life, and you'll say, oh yeah, guy was autistic. And his mother supported his reading and writing. She definitely supported his stories. She loved, and he loved his mother. His father, not so much. Mostly because his father was very abusive. And his mother kept getting institutionalized, probably because, you know, being a woman back in that era, you would get institutionalized for refusing to have sex. No joke. And you know what? That's me too, honestly. I'd pretend to be sick so my friends wouldn't have to ask me to go out and hang out with all the loud people and the hustle and bustle of New York City. Now, if you watch Overly Sarcastic Productions, she'll say that he hated New York City because of all the immigrants. And that might have been the case as well, but I genuinely think it's because New York City is so overstimulating. And just loud and noisy, and it smells bad, and if you like have a hard time understanding people's accents, it's going to also overstimulate you and get you frustrated. And, you know, autistic burnout is not a pretty thing to see. So there might have been a hint of racism or anti-Semitism in there, you know, product of the time. I'll use that excuse willingly. But it'd also just be because the man was an introvert and just people are exhausting. And he only had like 3 friends, maybe 2 friends that he actually liked hanging around with. And when he did hang around them, all he wanted to do was talk about his stories and his readings and all that stuff. So it was like, you know what? Yeah, me too. Was it Howard? H.P. Lovecraft. Is it Howard or Henry? Now, we don't have to talk about his cat. we don't have to talk about his cat. See, now, I'm not sure I would have vibed with Lovecraft. I mean, on paper, it'd be like, yeah, but me being a woman, specifically a Jewish woman, probably would not have vibed with him. And aside from that, he probably wouldn't have wanted to talk to me anyway. Man was a raging introvert. That's not to say he hated women. It's just, you know, culturally, at the time, being a woman and interested in mathematics and science and not having babies, that'd be really weird. Well, that's the thing, he didn't, like, publish. But he did publish. The only paper or magazine that published his works was his wife's. Yeah, the man managed to get a wife. I mean, if H.P. Lovecraft can get a wife, maybe there's hope for the rest of us. But, like, she owned a magazine and for, like, independent writers and whatnot. Hers, I think, was the only place that was actually publishing his stories. And I could be wrong about this. It was a long time ago when I did this research. So, be sure to fact check me on all of this. But I mean, he liked his books, he liked his cat, and he liked his peace and quiet. So what if he was a little weird? Now, I definitely would have vibed with Van Gogh. I definitely probably would have vibed with Van Gogh. Oh, you gotta go to dinner? Van Gogh, shut up. Enjoy your dinner. I still haven't had lunch yet. It's 2 o'clock? Okay, we've been streaming for 2 hours. That's fine. I didn't realize how dark Splash Ball was next to Ivy Whisper. Ow. Alright, so do I have any snacks here? I have candy, 3 Musketeers, and oh, I do. I have some granola bars. I'm gonna munch on that for a bit. Sorry if you hear the crinkle crackle. Do you guys think Van Gogh would have been a fun Twitch streamer? Like a live painter? Or do you think he would have suffered more on Twitch? Did you know how the internet is? Thank God Lovecraft didn't grow up, you know, in the era of internet being as hypersensitive to criticism as he was. Bros like me, for real, for real. It just wasn't working for a second. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was H.P. Lovecraft. He was super sensitive, hypersensitive to criticism, and I mean, yeah. Bitch, me too. The fuck? Now, I don't know if Edgar Allan Poe and I would have, you know, if I vibe with him. I just like that he's the father of modern horror. Only thing I like about him. The fact that he died in under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances. It's funny that Lovecraft and Poe, both on record, like cats. I think what's his name? I think Lovecraft liked cats slightly more than Poe did. Given that he wrote The Cats of Ulthar, which was a really cool story. I did enjoy. I think it was Ulthar? Was it? I read it once, like, years ago. And it was a short, it was really short. I was like, ooh, nice. It was this, the story basically goes, there's this mean old couple that lives in town, and they are notoriously mean to the neighborhood cats. In fact, they'll capture them and kill and torture a bunch of the cats. Everyone knows about them, but no one really does anything out of, like, fear or I don't know what it is. Well, then one night, some visitors come to town, and they're the Egyptian gods. They're like, yeah, you've been torturing cats, so we're gonna punish you. And I think it's been a while since I've read it. Something, old couple died, eaten by the cats, maybe. I don't remember, but I was like, oh. Hmm. Wait, that's her other arm. So it doesn't shoot. Alright. It just goes down. Doesn't go. Okay. Okay. We've got it. I'm gonna need to stretch soon, guys. Ugh. Ugh. Hate menstruating. Is that okay? Like, mouth-wise, is... that's a bit much. Okay, that's better. That's better. Is he really that dark? He is? Wow. There we go. That's the him. There we go. Some of this, some of that, a bit of that. Down there, like that, like this, like that. This, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Boom. Oh, posture check. Ugh. Now the most complicated character for last. Technically, his eyes are too small. Not that. You know what I just realized, and it's really sad, and it's mostly my fault. I have not drawn or written any parts with Short Tail and Snowblaze, like, being siblings. I need to fix that. Ah! His things! There we go. Sheesh. Gee, finally. Oh my god. Ugh. I could finish this page. It wouldn't be too much trouble. It'll take me 5 years, though. These are detailed backgrounds. Why did I do that to myself? There. Jeez. For some reason, the free transform wasn't working. Alright, for the night scene, what I could do is color it normally and then add a multiply layer over top of it. Just so I don't have to do the mental gymnastics of toning down everything manually. Or I could just make everything with a tint of blue. On the anchor's way, on the course is laid, and the anchor's way, the sailor's blood begins racing. We're on our way enough to see the world, on our way enough to see the world. Hey ho, we'll go anywhere the wind is blowing. Man, are we? Sailing for adventure on the deep blue sea. Safely now, Mr. Silver. Let's not get sloppy, just because we're singing. Danger walks on deck. We say, what the heck? Every storm we ride is some reward. People die from falling overboard. People die by falling overboard. Hey ho, we'll go anywhere the wind is blowing. Hoist the sails and sing, sailing for adventure on the big blue wet thing. I love to see 'em cry when they walk the plank. I prefer to cut a trot. I like to hang 'em while their feet walk in the air while their faces turn blue. Just kidding. It's a good life on a boat. The distant lands with burning sands sail across the ocean. And margaritas at the midnight buffet. Margaritas at the midnight buffet. Hey ho, we'll go anywhere the wind is blowing. Sailing for adventure on the pounding waves. The salty breeze a whisper. I know I was born to live the life my father found. The stars will be our compass wherever we may roam, and our mates will always be just like a family. And though we now may put to port, the sea is always home. I'm gonna have to learn the lyrics to that damn song. Sailing for adventure, so exhilarating. Sailing for adventure, so fascinating. Sailing for adventure, we're all celebrating on the deep blue sea. Dun, 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 dun. Disney, man, y'all fumbled when you decided it was a good idea to make live action versions of your old classics instead of the Muppet versions. Come on. Disney. What were you thinking? Can you imagine with me just for 1 second Beauty and the Beast, but with the Muppets? Come on. That would be so damn funny. Especially if Miss Piggy is Belle. Like, come on. I mean, the whole story is right there. Just say Beauty and the Beast, but with Muppets, and the whole thing just comes to you. It's the funniest thing ever. There's no need for hiring all these other controversial actors that aren't even really actors. And worrying about offending anyone. It's the Muppets. How could you possibly offend anyone with the Muppets? If you're a person on planet Earth and you've somehow been offended by the Muppets, you need to reevaluate your life a little bit, because what the hell is wrong with you? The Muppets, really. They're what got you a little hot under the collar? The Muppets? Sailing for adventure on the deep blue sea. Dun, 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 dun. Sailing for adventure on the pounding waves. Every storm we ride is its own reward, and people die by falling overboard. Okay, so quick question. Coming up, I am gonna run out of things to draw. Because we won't be hitting hiatus officially on the comic until end of June. But I'm gonna finish, I'm probably gonna be finished with those pages, like, next week. At least that's what I want to happen. Just so they're done and out of the way and ready to go. However, if that happens, what am I gonna do for live streams? I had thought of redrawing the old pre-comic art I had for the broskies. Oh no, it's the other way. Oops, 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 oops. On our way up to see the world. On our way up to see the world. So I'll need something else to work on. And since, as of recently, I've been really thinking about my space pirate story. If you can't tell, I'm singing a Disney shanty. I hate pausing in the middle of a sentence, but that's just how it happened. Whoops. And I'm getting flashbacks to the, Meet Me in the Woods Tonight animatic I did. Because I think I used the exact same color palette. Hey ho, we'll go anywhere the wind is blowing dry. Such wind. Can you imagine how much... I'm just thinking about doing another animatic soon. I don't know what song it would be, so don't hold your breath. And it's probably not gonna happen, but I just imagine for half a second doing one in full color. And I need to go kick myself, because that is the dumbest possible thing I could do. It's an animatic, not an animation. There's a reason why you don't add color. There. Ooh. Ooh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Look at that. Damn! Oh, I do good work. Look at that. Yas, queen. Yas, queen. I'm gonna need to turn down the opacity just so I can see what the frick I'm doing. There we are. Ah, woo, woo, woo! I was on the wrong layer. Woo, 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 I'm coming after you. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Meet me in the woods tonight. I have seen what the darkness does. Say goodbye to who I was. I ain't never been away so long. Don't look back, then days are gone. Follow me into the endless night. I can bring your fears to life. Show me yours and I'll show you mine. Meet me in the woods tonight. Oh. Da, 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 da. But honestly, if I were to do another animatic, it would probably, most likely, be related to one of my characters. Maybe Path to Brighter Stars? But a lot of the music videos I have in mind for these for like the songs and whatnot are A, copywritten songs, so what the fuck's the point? And B, spoilers. So that would be kinda counterintuitive. I'll probably still have to add a multiply layer on top of all this, but at least it'll like the color matching won't look as stark. Layer. Here we go. There ain't language for the things I've seen. Yeah. The truth is stranger than I know my dream. Truth is stranger than I know my dream. Oh, the darkness tried to hold on me. I have seen what the darkness does. Say goodbye to who I was. I ain't never been away so long. Don't look back, them days are gone. Follow me into the endless night. I can bring your fears to life. Show me yours and I'll show you mine. Meet me in the fucking hell. I didn't realize that was on the same layer. Oh. So honestly, what I need to do is go through and find a copyright-free song that doesn't suck. Matches the vibe that I'm going for. And that I like. Honestly, I think I'd rather deal with the strike. Or the claim. I'd rather deal with the claim. Oh! You know what I'ma do? You know what I'ma do? I'm gonna put this on the multiply, put that on a 50, put this on a blue, and shoo! There we go. And then you just erase. And a little bit of this. A little bit of that. Maybe some of this, some of that. And this and that. And then you blurt. And then hang on, I'm gonna test this. Oh. Or if I just think, 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 think. There. Turn that off for a sec. I think it would just look better if I carefully, or if I just did that. There we go. Now we're getting it. I just have to be careful of the backgrounds. I'll tell you what, though, this may be a tedious pain in the ass, but it is 100% already such an improvement from the last time I had to do a night scene. Now all I need... Do I even need to add? Well, we'll try this. Just little bits and pieces here. No, she doesn't need it. Hello? Oh yeah, it's 3 o'clock? Gee. Eesh. 3 o'clock already. That is just not fair. I think that helps a little bit, so we're just gonna keep it for now. Oh, line art. recommend we add the color on the eye. Oh, that's too light. Back. But you know what's an atrocity that I just realized? No one, now that I have seen, there could be some out there, no one has made a Meet Me in the Woods Tonight map for warriors. And that's just a crying shame. The vibes are all there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Okay, 3 hours. That's a good average stream. Please don't crash on me. Please don't. Please don't crash. Don't crash, please. Thank you. Chair won't move. 3 pages. Oh my god, that is the most productive stream we've had in a while. Granted, it was a stream where I barely talked at all, but depending on who you ask, that might be a blessing. Anyway. I'll definitely have to come back and fix all that. This is just, I could end stream here, but yeah, it's Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I think what I'm gonna do as soon as the stream's over, I'm gonna go do the line art for those future pages, maybe flat some things. I'm not sure. I think this Thursday will be another Paths of Brighter Stars stream. But I don't know if I'm going to stream the other pages because they are very much spoilers. Like, what I'm showing on stream isn't like major stuff. It's just like transitional bits. And if they are pretty big, I try to hide the, I need to fix that. That's bugging me. Okay, I need to fix this log. The log is bugging me. It's a little better. There we go. This page I need to fix. Because like up close it looks okay. But the rest of the way, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about it. Maybe if I blur it? Okay, that's a little better. There we go. Anyway. So that might just be the plan for the next stream. Will still be Past the Brightest Stars, but then after that, I have no idea. So this week, I'm gonna have to crunch to figure that one out. Or, I'll just take a mini break, as in like a day off, because I only stream twice a week. And then come back when I have sketches and whatnot. But in the meantime, be sure to like, comment if you wish, and subscribe to stay tuned for more. Something about a Ko-fi link, and also something about the link to the comic I'm working on in the description if you so choose to check that out. We just hit page 200. I'm actually quite proud of this project. This and many more to come. We will meet again in the stars. Space out!